Hello everybody, welcome to Cosmic Revelations again. Sorry to make another video so soon, but seeing as Sharon wants to keep on posting back to back, guess we might as well get used to it too. So before I start, I want to reiterate, this is Cosmic Revelations. We are here for the truth, we are here for honesty, here to clarify the misinformation going around. I have taken a few more notes since last time, quite literally. Got a notepad here. This is things that I would like to go over, things that she said that were incorrect and that need context. So, also, I would like to say that the reason the last video and this video are going up, I try to post raw content when it's about this stuff, because I don't want no flashy edits. I don't want there to be no obvious stuff involved. This is a very raw, honest thing. It doesn't need no work, no touching. Leave it as it is. I had to make one cut last video because I accidentally said her name. Can't do that. Oh my god. But hopefully this video will be different. I got my notes. I got everything I need. And before we start, I would like to say, gotta represent the brand. Much better. Anywho, now that that's over with, we're gonna get straight into spreading the truth, getting back into the swing of things, making sure things are honest. So I have my notes here. I'm just gonna kind of go down the list. I'm gonna just lay it out how it is, share what needs to be shared, on to the next topic. I'm hoping this is more of a short and direct video, so that way I can now move on to part 3. Stay tuned. But she mentions in her videos that she wasn't allowed to do a lot of things. That's the first thing I want to say, is she makes comments that I don't allow her to do this. She has to ask permission to do this, this, and this. She doesn't feel safe or comfortable doing this, or this. I don't want to fucking hear that. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna be honest. Nah, you're not gonna sit here and play that card. Sharon, I laid down my boundaries. I told you what I liked, what I didn't like, what I was okay with, what I wasn't okay with. And you did the same to me. Cool. It got to a point where I told her, look, if I feel a certain way about something you do, if I don't like it, that doesn't mean you have to change what you did. I'm entitled to my emotions just as much as you are to yours. So if you dress some way that I don't like, you ain't gotta change it. You're your own person. Dress how you want. But I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I like it. I'm not gonna pretend that I'm happy about it. So, I mean, what's there to gain from that? So she says that she wasn't allowed to send full face pics to anyone but me. I hated it when she did it with her family, with her sisters, her brother, her cousins, anybody. She said I did not allow it. The first couple months of our relationship, it went great, There was no real issues. I was okay with everything. Nothing went wrong. The house fire put a little spin on things, made things a little bit more complicated. That's when issues started popping up. And throughout the entire span of our relationship, I felt like part of her was always interested in other people. Whether I was truthful or not all those times, I don't know. She did tell me to my face, she'll never admit to this, but she told me to my face after the breakup that I was right about at least 3 dudes. I don't know. But she would snap other people all the time. She would text other people all the time. She'd want to hang out with other people all the time. She was always on the phone with people. And all I got was little half-face pics, ceiling pics, not even real snaps. Not talking to me much, not anything like what other people got. And I won't lie, at that time, it wasn't quite jealousy, but it's just like, damn, I'm your boyfriend. Why can't I get, pictures of that beautiful ass face? And I expressed that. I'm like, it kind of upsets me. You send all these other people these full face pics, and I don't get nothing. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll send you some more. I don't realize. Cool. Never happens. That issue probably lasted for about 2 years of our relationship, and it got worse after the more traumatizing things happened, which we will get to at some point. Not this part, I don't think, but eventually. I did not tell her she could not. She was allowed to do whatever the fuck she wanted. I didn't like it. I won't lie. I didn't like it. She sent them to everyone but me, and even after I pointed out multiple times that it just kind of hurt my feelings, made me feel like she cared more about them seeing her than me, and she just kind of brushed it off. Another thing I want to say too is whether I'm right or wrong on any of these, like morally, ethically, whatever, I'm not going to sit here and say, like I said, some of these things y'all might look at me and say, okay, you're in the right. Some of these things y'all might think, okay, you suck, I'm just here to spread the truth of what actually happened. Whether it's good, bad, ugly, beautiful, whatever. She said that I did not allow any eccentric makeup, eyeshadow, or anything like makeup wise. Again, I hated it. I did not like it one bit. I'm the type of guy, I like it more natural. Less makeup, the better. You don't need no makeup if you're pretty enough. I know a few people like that. They wear makeup, they don't need to. You know. But, again, I never told her you're not allowed to wear makeup. You can't wear makeup. I refuse, blah, blah, blah. No, I just told her, I don't like the way that looks. I don't think it looks good. I don't like it. I'm not happy about it. And I won't lie, sometimes I did kind of show my ass, and we would go out into public, and I would be visibly upset. And it was kind of selfish of me at the time, but I was trying to express my emotions. I just chose a very overbounding, pushy way of doing so. I definitely should have changed how I showed it, but I wasn't controlling it. I was just very visibly upset. I wouldn't talk to her as much. I wouldn't look at her as much. I wasn't as down for pictures. It is not this, I didn't allow it. I didn't want it 24/7. When she did it, I didn't like it. She says that all I wanted was her little wings, and that's true. All I liked was the little wings. Small and simple, you could, barely anything there. It's what I like. And that, anytime she would try to go somewhere, I would raise hell, start arguments, or cause shit to make her not go anywhere. It takes two to argue, don't you think? I mean, if I have an issue with something, I'm going to speak up about it. I'm not quiet, especially not anymore. If I got an issue, I'm going to speak up about it. And if you have an issue with my issue, it's going to spark an argument. And me and Sharon, were very, very argumentative people. We butted heads a lot. So yeah, we usually argued. We usually fought with each other. But I didn't start them trying to prevent her from going places. I wasn't sitting there thinking, oh, okay, well, if I sit here and say this or do this or whatever, she's going to stay home. No. Because if she stays home, I'm going to have to deal with her anyways. I didn't want to deal with that. I wanted her to go, but I wasn't happy about her going. A lot of these things were misunderstandings that either she has rephrased and twisted into something much worse than it was, or she just doesn't understand what actually happened. Whenever she would decline things with me, she said that I would go into the bedroom, lock the door, kill the lights, and put on sad music or rain sounds and just lay there in the bed for hours. No, and what ties to that is that I pretended to be down and depressed. No, I was down and depressed the entire time, Sharon, but who cares, right? You didn't. And if she said no to me sometimes, at first it was one thing. I didn't care as much. It was, cool, whatever. But once you get told no so many times, you're going to start, you get your hopes up for something, it doesn't happen. You really want something to happen, they say no, it kind of like crushes your spirit. It's like the kid in you. She would tell me no. Oh, okay. My spirit's crushed. I'd close the door. I did not lock it. I would sometimes turn off the lights, sometimes I'd leave them on, depending on what I wanted to do. I'd lay in bed and I'd listen to music. Sometimes I'd pass out. Okay? I sleep heavy. I'm sorry. If I lay still for too long, I'm going to pass out. My bad. Sometimes I'd put on rain sounds and purposely pass out because I had a headache or I was tired. What's wrong with that? If I'm upset, I don't have to be up constantly doing something. If I'm upset or if I'm sad, I can lay down in bed. That's a normal thing when people are sad or upset or down or whatever. Another thing, whenever she was out doing things, I always asked for updates. She says that I demanded updates, and she horribly over-exaggerated this. She said that I stalked her location 24/7. I would wait in the parking lot for her and cuss her out and argue with her if she was out for too long, not texting me. I asked her to text me when she left, when she got places, asking permission if the plans changed, and that I was always accusing her of things, and that the things I accused her of doing was actually me projecting. So, let me get the record straight. Let me make the record straight. My expectations, all I asked you for, text me when you're leaving. If I'm not home, if I'm at work and you want to go somewhere, hey, I'm heading out to blank. Okay, cool. Let me know when you get there. Okay. Drive over there. If I'm home, obviously, you can just tell me face to face, hey, I'm going out, whatever. But all I wanted was a text when you're leaving, hey, I'm going out. Okay, cool. Be safe. Cool, thank you. Hey, I'm over at blank. We made it there safe. Okay, thank you. Let me know when y'all are leaving there and coming back. Okay. We made it here safe. Okay, thank you. I'm not asking you where you're at because I'm sitting there curious. I'm sitting there eyeballing your location. I don't give a shit. I really, really don't. I just want to make sure that you are safe. I want to make sure you're okay. I want to make sure you got where you're going okay. I'm an overthinker. If I see your location on the side of the highway for an hour and a half, no answer, no phone calls, no nothing, I'm probably going to think you got in an accident and start calling 911 looking for a car that matches that model. That's just how I am sometimes. I love deeply. And she twists it into this narrative of I needed to know everything every time, and that I was pushy, and that I had to have it. No. Granted, I wanted it, and I would get pissed if I didn't get it because she told me she would, but I got over it. Eventually I learned I'm not going to get it, and I just gave up. Throughout a lot of our relationship, especially after said big trauma event, I accused her a lot of cheating or trying to get the attention of other men or flirting with other men or whatever. And looking back now, I do not regret it because I still think she was. And the big event that happened, which I'm not going to tell you everything, but we'll dive into it in another video. She set me up with one of her friends, and I ended up cheating on her. And she caught me, obviously she set me up. She caught me, whatever. I regret it. I wish it wouldn't have happened. I wish I wouldn't have done it. But I truly don't know why I did it. I've thought about it for years. There's no excuse for why I did it. I genuinely don't know why. But after that point, our relationship started to crumble, and I felt like she started trying to dress up cute for other people. There was a certain individual, we'll call him C. From the day I met him, I knew he had a crush on Sharon. And I told her that, and she said, "No, you're crazy, you're crazy, you're crazy." Well, if I'm crazy, then why did I get reports from other people that y'all were hanging out, holding hands, kissing, cuddling, all this stuff once we broke up? And then you ended up telling me you had feelings for him, and I was fighting C for you. So I was right about him. And then there was another guy, I don't even remember his name, that's how unimportant he was, but he came to the apartment, and he was cool with your sister, and he would always want to hang out with you, smoke with you, sit down close to you on the bench. I told you he liked you, and I got weird vibes from him. Nah, I didn't talk to him. He said he don't want nothing like that. I'm just a cool friend. After we broke up, she ended up telling me, yeah, you were right. He ended up, we ended up finding out he did have a crush on me. And once he found out I was with this new guy, he just disappeared. And he still won't talk to me to this day. He won't come nowhere near me. Don't know, don't care, not my problem. No. Just work here. And there was the guy that she's with. He's D. They met after we broke up, and I knew he was flirting with her. I knew he had eyes on her. Told her about it, and she told me no. And then they started getting real close, and at that point I knew we started spreading further and further apart. And then a bunch of shit happened, and I found out shit. And then I kicked her out, and then they got together, and then drama. After everything, though, after she moved out, after I moved out, after everything, I got told a lot of things from a lot of people, and I found out a lot of things. A lot of the things I accused her of, I was right. I got told from multiple people that she was cheating on me with D for at least 6 months, and it was possibly while we were together. And that the cat that me and her co-owned, apparently he was buying food for whenever she told me it was her parents who were buying it for us. And just all the times that I got people sending me pictures and stuff of you walking around town. Oh, who's that your girlfriend's with? Never seen that guy before in my life. Having you tell me about people hitting on you and the things that you've done and the things people did to you. Like, what the fuck? You said that you were not allowed to be on the phone at the apartment. And that you said that anytime that you were on the phone, I would bring up the internet lagging. And saying, and you pretty much wrapped it around, I was playing my game, you were on the phone, I would yell at you, scream at you, cuss at you, punch shit, argue, I'd throw an all-out tantrum. No. We had optimum 300 megabyte per second speeds. If you live in Virginia, or if you have anywhere that has optimum, you know it sucks. It's terrible. If you were connected to the Wi-Fi and you made a phone call, whether it be Messenger, Instagram, Snapchat, phone number, anything, if you were on the internet, it tanked everything. You couldn't play games on your Xbox, you couldn't play on the PlayStation, computer, your TV probably wouldn't load, your YouTube. It shot the speeds down. So if I'm sitting there playing my game after a hard day at work, or if I'm just off work, I'm sitting there, da 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 da, bam, my ping shoots up to 300. Okay, Sharon, can you get off the Wi-Fi? Are you on the phone? Yeah, why? Can you please disconnect from the Wi-Fi? I'm lagging in here. I don't see why it matters. I don't want to have to use all my data. Well, you have unlimited data, and if you want to be on the phone, use your data. I'm trying to do my thing while you do your thing. So, sorry. And sometimes I'd get pissed off. I'd tell her or ask her to get off the Wi-Fi, and then I'd be doing something. I'd be in the middle of a game with my friends. I'd be in like a super competitive game, a ranked game, something like that, and she'd do it on purpose, or she would just redo it, and it'd piss me off, and I'd be like, look, get off the fucking internet. If you're going to be on the phone with people, use your data, use a hotspot, use something. And she also says that I would not allow her to have phone calls while I was there. It's not that I wouldn't allow it, it's that it pissed me off. Because I worked a lot when she was around at the apartment. You got all this time when I'm not there, when I'm hanging out with my parents, my friends, whenever I'm at work. You got all this time. You could be calling people, you could be doing anything you want. But you want to wait until I get home and I either want to spend time with you or I want to have my peace and quiet to start calling people and talking to them. And, it's one thing if you want to go into a separate little area, somewhere I can't hear it, somewhere it's not going to bother me to call them. If you want to step outside, call them. Feel free. I don't give a shit. She's on the other side of my wall talking for 2 or 3 hours about the same bull crap over and over and over and over and over and over again. For 3 hours, she talked about the same girly BS. And I told her at one point, I said, I'm tired of it. I can't listen to it anymore. I just can't. Yeah. I told her, get off the fucking internet. Yeah, I should have probably been a little bit nicer with it. I don't think I was in the wrong with that, though. I tried to be nice. And I just told her, look, you need to get off the internet. Use your data. Is that so bad? Like, is that really that bad? And I'd punch shit, get mad, break shit. That's because I have this crazy thing called anger issues. That's why I'm on medicine, and that's why I do this and all sorts of other things. I mean, duh. I hated any clothing with skin showing or tight clothes. Yeah, that's true. I won't deny it. I feel like I have more of an older style of loving, an older style of vision, like of fashion and stuff. So I don't believe in this ripped jeans shit that have like 90% skin showing, and it's not even like jeans, it's just 90% holes. Like the booty shorts, like super low cut crop tops, or like skimpy, like barely covering the nips and the jewels, or like skimpy thongs, fishnets. I don't like them. I do not like them. And I told her that, and it's the same thing as before. I don't like them. I'm not going to lie about it, but you don't have to sit there and change your decisions just because I don't like them. I'm entitled to my emotions. I'm entitled to how I feel. But you are entitled to your emotions and how you feel as well. You don't have to change your decision just because somebody feels some way. I didn't control her. I didn't demand her to do it. She just was like, oh, I don't want to listen to the bullshit. That's your decision. I'm sorry that you say it's bullshit, but I'm entitled to my feelings. My feelings are valid. I approved outfits for her, and whenever she changed the outfit, I would get mad, and it was the same with makeup. No. she would ask me to help her with outfits, like, oh, I don't know what to wear, or I'm tired of wearing the same outfit over and over and over again. Oh, okay, well, let's make you an outfit. I'd make her something. Oh, I don't like it. This doesn't look good together, or this doesn't feel right, or I'm going to this appointment. I need to look at this color. And we'd go through 5, 6, 7 different outfits. We'd finally get one, and then the next morning, I have to wake her up. I'm sitting there tired as hell, groggy. And then, oh, I'm going to change my clothes. I don't want to wear this no more. Flipping the lights on, throwing clothes everywhere. All right, Sharon, I'm trying to sleep here. What the fuck? We already had you an outfit set out. And then she goes out there and she takes an hour, and then she comes back and her whole makeup routine's different, her whole clothes outfit's different. And she's like, what do you think? Okay, well, first off, based off my last statement, I don't like it. The fishnets, the ripped jeans, the makeup, too much, I don't like it. And second off, I'm tired. I'm groggy. Fuck you. You just woke me up. And keeping me up for this long because you changed plans. You could not stick to what we decided together. I did not force you to wear those clothes. You asked me for help, and I helped you pick them out. Okay, like, what the hell? I don't get it. This is the kicker. This one really got me. We were on food stamps because we were broke. She said that. I agree. We were broke. We had to have food stamps. She said that she got $15 a month. And that I said I had to have enough for me for the whole month. Cap. At one point, we were getting like $280, I think, a month of food stamps. And it fluctuated a lot. Like, we went up to 280, down to 100, up to 180, down to 40, up to 90, up to 130, down to 120. Like, it was everywhere. I always tried to get her food more. She had an eating disorder that was very different from mine. And I wanted to make sure she had food. I didn't want her to go without because of her ED and because of humans need food. And at the beginning, again, it wasn't bad. We had plenty of money to spare. We had plenty of money for both of us. Whatever. But then she started getting picky and changing her diet and doing this and this and this and this. Not because she had to or needed to, but because I don't know. I think it'll be better for me. I don't know. I'm tired of this old stuff. And she'd buy the most expensive shit there was in the store. And at first, I didn't mind it. We had a little bit of money spare. Whatever. But when money's tight, we're paycheck to paycheck. You cannot be sitting here getting the most expensive, frozen dinners and ingredients to make salads that you'll never even eat. Like, she wasted a lot of money on stuff for salads or just apples, like carrots, blueberries, stuff for smoothies. Like, she wasted a lot of money. And it got to a point where I did cut her down. I told her, I said, look, I think at that time we got like $140. I said, look, I'm going to spend like 50, 60 bucks on you. I said, I'm going to get you food that'll last you for the month. And I said, that's coming out of our food stamps. I said, the rest of it, I'm keeping for me, my food, and my snacks while I'm at work. I said, that should get you at least 2 to 3 weeks of food if, it would, realistically. You can get the rest with your paycheck. Like I said, she writes the government for one. She gets enough money for that. She was pissed. She says that she never ate, that she had to be on, her diet was watched and monitored closely. She starved for days at a time. No, she ate. She was well fed. She only didn't eat because she chose not to. And there's a lot I could go into detail about that, but not today. She pretty much directly called out my eating disorder and said that all I ever did was sit around and spend money on bread and cheese. I have ORFID, avoidant restrictive food intake disorder. Ever since I was a kid, I've ate said things, and bread and cheese are my two primaries. Yes, it's weird. Yes, I want help for it. But fuck you, why you gotta call it out? You used to do some very not okay things, so I don't want to talk about your ED, but I could. She had to ask permission to use the Xbox or the TV because it was the only Xbox and the only TV in the apartment. It was my TV and it was my Xbox. I paid for it, I owned it, it was fully mine, mine, mine. I told her, with the Xbox, do not touch it. I'm picky with my electronics. Do not fuck with my stuff. You break it, you own it. You gotta buy it, you pay me for it. Obviously, I didn't trust her. Rightfully so. She had been in a mental hospital for years. She was institutionalized. She didn't know nothing. So I told her, don't touch my Xbox. I said, if you want to watch TV, feel free. Here's the remote. Here's how to do it. Watch TV. I said, but if you want on this Xbox, I said, you need to text me and call me or something, ask me. I said, because then I can view you on the Xbox app and help you if you need it. I said, I don't want you fucking with my shit. I made her an account. I made her own stuff. And then it got to a point where all I said was, text me and let me know when you're getting on the Xbox so I don't see notifications, start freaking out. Cool. She would text me and tell me, hey, I'm thinking about getting on the Xbox to play some Minecraft. Okay. Cool. Thank you. That's all I wanted. That's all I expected. But she wants to say that, oh, he never let me, and anytime I would use it, he would complain about it he was almost always on it, so I barely got to use it anyways. Like, shut up. No. Not a chance. Not a chance. And she said that I was a man-child, I was a lowlife, and that I would be a lowlife and a degenerate if I were to argue over a console, Because she said that I argued, Oh, I don't want you playing it. I don't want you doing this, doing that. No. We didn't argue like that. No. There were times where she'd push my buttons and we'd sit there and fuss at each other. And granted, sometimes we did argue over stupid shit. But it wasn't these full-blown yelling, screaming matches, full-on, arguments that she portrayed it to be. Get it right. It's just, quit with the lies. And then the last thing I'd like to go over for this episode is that the only time she ever went outside was for appointments and stayed inside for 3 to 4 weeks at a time. Cap. And she also said I never allowed her to go anywhere, which is also cap. But she was out doing shit all the time. Walking the dogs, going to hang out with her friends, walking to the store, walking to the motel to see my family or my friends, walking out just to see nature, walking out to do things for her paganism stuff. She was out a lot. Granted, she has a health condition with her heart rate and stuff, so I asked her to be careful, if she wanted to go out, to keep me posted, keep me updated a lot, because I don't want her passing out on the side of the road. As her boyfriend, I feel like I'm partially responsible for you. If you're out, doing your thing and you pass the fuck out, your heart rate's 200 beats per minute, you could die. I should have been there to help you. I could have helped you. I could have picked you up. I could have called for help. I could have done anything. All I wanted was just updates. And she had the freedom to do whatever she wanted. And again, sometimes I didn't like what she wanted to do. Sometimes I didn't like where she wanted to go. But it got to a point where I told her, I said, look, do what you want, go where you want. If I don't like it, tough titty, kitty. It's your choice to make. And that ended that. I ended up telling her that every single time, and even after that, we still argued. So, I don't know. But I said this was going to be a short video, and here we are at the 34-minute mark. Just a little message for everybody out there before I end this off. Thank you for the support on the first one. A big shout out to my homie, Splashington, down in the comments on the last one. He's been a long time homie, been there through it all. Every relationship I've had, he's been there through, so big shout out to him. I appreciate you, brother. I love you. Shout out to my other two homies too. I've been hanging out with them. C and T. I love y'all. Y'all like brothers to me. Y'all do everything for me. Y'all been pushing me to be better, and I appreciate that. Anybody who sees this, again, we're all about truth and honesty here. Whether you like me, whether you don't, I don't care. I want the truth to be out there. So, I guess enjoy this. Now you know a little bit more about me, and stay tuned for part 3. See ya.